I just saw a lot of people running, and it was very scary to see that.
This is where we live. Should feel a little more comfortable.
At least 3 people shot over the weekend at an on-campus dorm at OSU. I'm Lacey Lowry. Right now at 6 o'clock, what information police are now sharing and reactions from students this morning.
I'm Colby. Thelen. A Kingfisher community rallies around an El Reno police officer who was hit by a car. How a convenience store in his hometown is stepping in to help. It's coming up.
And I'm Marsh. It's a big day at Tecumseh Public Schools. Students return to the classroom today. This is after, though, a student is accused of threatening the school. Law enforcement's message and increased presence. We'll tell you more coming up.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Oh, good Monday morning, everyone. Thanks for choosing News 9. I'm Marsh. Not a way to start a Monday morning. We got a big snag on I-35.
I-35 northbound lanes right at 12th Street and more. What a mess. Apparently a car caught on fire. We're not sure why, but there was smoke everywhere. You couldn't even see hardly driving on the interstate. And so now on the left side of your screen, they have the northbound lanes basically shut down, and cars are only getting by on the service road on your far left. So this is right headed into the morning commute coming towards downtown Oklahoma City. So right now, here it is on the map, the backup at least a mile long. And guys, that's only going to get worse as we get into this rush hour.
It looks like it's going to take some time to clean that up. Again, I-35 northbound right at 12th Street. And so the backup is if you're in the Norman area coming northbound on I-35, you might want to take an alternate route this morning because this could be a mess for some time.
Yeah, it looks like even the access road now, just a slow crawl for people trying to get by. So we'll continue following that. Here's the map again, taking a look at the backup. Again, it sounds like possibly a multi-car crash. We have a news tracker headed there to the scene. Stephen Owsley will bring us that live look as soon as he arrives, but certainly a mess to start the work week.
All right, kind of have messy morning weather-wise, too.
It's windy out there, Lace.
The winds are already up, guys, and it's going to get a whole lot more windy once the sun comes up. We'll have a lot of mixing going on. The low-level jet stream overhead is just screaming, and those winds will mix down to the surface with the sunlight through the morning. What does that mean for you? Winds 45 to 50 miles per hour out of the south, and then a cold front hits later this afternoon. So a warm, windy day. Again, wind advisory is out. If you got that alert on your phone, it's to let you know, hey, secure your trash cans, secure your Halloween decoration. Those inflatables, they will end up in Kansas, and they'll probably come back down with the cold front that we have this afternoon. We have a low to a moderate fire risk today as well due to dormant vegetation, the drought, the low humidity. What are the temperatures like? Well, it's a whole nother story. We're in the 50s to start off the morning. It's a warmer start than yesterday for sure. In fact, there are a lot of 60s up to the north where the winds are already on the stronger side. They're gusting 15 to 25, close to 30, and your hour-by-hour forecast from around 50 to the 60s at 9. We'll be at 70s at lunchtime, and then warm this afternoon. We're headed to the mid-80s. There'll be 90s in southern Oklahoma. More on the timing of today's front, how strong it is, and when those rain chances ramp up. I'm telling you, it's a slow-moving soaker for the end of the week. It's coming up. Back to you.
Monday morning and a big traffic alert. It is the top story. This is a live look. I-35 down in the Moore area this morning, right at 12th Street. And the backup now is getting worse because there is a car that was on fire and some type of wreck. And if you look kind of on that left side of your screen, you can see the northbound lanes are closed. So it is just at a standstill. What you see moving on the far left side, that is the service road off of I-35, probably getting off at 4th Street before you make your way to 12th Street there in Moore going northbound. So if you're coming from Norman or Moore northbound into the metro this morning, this is a big mess. Definitely take an alternate route or get off before 4th Street down there in the Moore area.
Terrifying news from Stillwater over the weekend. 3 people, including an OSU student, are shot outside an OSU dorm. It all happened around 3:30 Sunday morning at Carricker East Hall. That's an apartment-style dorm near McElroy and Monroe in Stillwater on campus. Police say the victims went to a nearby McDonald's to report the shooting. Investigators believe this all started in a breezeway and then moved into the parking lot.
I heard the shots, and then I heard yelling and just people running, and I heard like a lot of yelling.
Police say 2 of the shooting victims are stable. The third has already been released from the hospital. Officers say they have not yet arrested anyone in this shooting. Coming up at 6:45 this morning, we have more information about the moments leading up to the shootings, as well as reaction from OSU President Jim Hess and Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt.
And while you're sleeping, one person is stabbed overnight. This is on the southeast side of Oklahoma City. Police say that a possible suspect was taken into custody. It all happened around 1:30 this morning near Southeast 89th and Sooner. The condition of the victim has not been released, but officers there on scene told us that he was awake and alert when taken to the hospital. It's, of course, a developing story. We'll have those updates for you as soon as they become available. The man accused of hitting an El Reno police officer while he was helping a citizen was arrested. We first brought you this story as breaking news on Friday morning.
Yeah, the officer was actually hit in the early morning hours there in El Reno, meta-flighted into Oklahoma City, and is critical. Our Deanne Stein reports on how his home community of Kingfisher now is rallying around him and his family.
Here in Kingfisher, the community is coming together. Neighbors, friends, even strangers are all stepping up to help one of their own.
Hello.
At the Jacket Express, you can't miss the small town show of support at the register.
We will do this as long as we can.
Marie Sisk works at the convenience store where they are collecting donations for El Reno Police Sergeant Thomas Duran, one of the regulars.
I was heartbroken because he is the best guy you could ever meet.
With 8 years on the force, Duran is now fighting for his life after being hit by a car early Friday morning in El Reno. Dashcam video from his patrol car captured the suspect's dark Chevy Malibu, which police later found. Duran had pulled over to help a citizen at the time of the crash. That same citizen used the officer's handheld radio to call dispatch.
Hey, I need somebody over here on Watt Street. Officer Duran got hit by a car.
The gentleman that he was talking with actually pulled him to safety.
Police later arrested 25-year-old Logan Primo, accused of running over Officer Duran and leaving the scene. Rebecca McAdams says Duran was a friend to many and would give the shirt off his back for anyone.
He's just a real good, Christian family man, just a great guy all the way around.
Now the community is giving back to him with money and prayers.
We're just praying for a miracle, and we're praying.
Now, all 3 locations will be taking cash donations, 2 here in Kingfisher and 1 in Okarche. In Kingfisher, Deanne Stein, Oklahoma's Own, News 9.
And last night, El Reno police and the surrounding community came together for a prayer vigil for Sergeant Thomas Duran. This is video. So many people showed up. One El Reno police lieutenant tells News 9 he's grateful for the support from the community.
Shock. You never want to hear about one of us getting hurt, especially somebody that, you work with day in, day out, that, we become family.
Donations in support of Duran's recovery can also be made to the El Reno Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 151.
Oklahoma City police are searching for a suspect after one person is shot on the northeast side of Oklahoma City. This all happened around 10 a.m. Saturday near Northeast 10th and MLK. Officers say one person was taken to the hospital. Their condition has not yet been released.
A big celebration for Putnam City schools. The district completes its new administration building and community center. It's all called Centennial Center and Park. Kylie Dedman is there live this morning and tells us what the community members can experience. Kylie?
Yeah, it is beautiful inside. They really took the time for all the little details when putting this building together. Now, this Centennial Center and Park is a way and a place for district community members to come together for meetings, to gather for celebrations and performances. This building will serve as a landmark facility that will be a hub for the district. Now, this all began after voters approved a 2014 bond. Now, that 2014 marks 100 years, of Putnam City schools. Now, this building and park are comprised of 6 areas, a history center that you see when you first walk in, and inside it even has the same wood floors from the first building that's been preserved. There's also a professional development center. This is where the school board will conduct their meetings, and administrative building, as well as a community center and community lawn. In the back, that has a walking trail around the area. AJ Graffio says this is a way for the district and community to live out their motto and go boldly.
Having our torch of knowledge up on the building right out front for everybody to see. We have 77,000 graduates that have been through our hallways. So it's just representing them and representing our future and representing hope right here on a main thoroughfare of Oklahoma City. So it's exciting for the district and it's exciting for the city.
In 2017, voters approved another bond that added the Performing Arts Hall. And in the back on that community lawn, there is another stage that was also part of that 2017 bond. That's where they will have concerts and festivals. Reporting live, Kylie Dudman, Oklahoma's own News 9.
All right, Kylie, thank you. 6:11 your time right now. Let's check in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lacie Swope's got what you need to know before you go. Hey, Lacey.
Pretty windy out there, Lace.
It's about to get a lot more windy, too. So the wind is going to be the big story today that you're going to notice. Also, the heat today back into the 80s. There'll be 90s across the region. This morning, some 40s, some 50s. We're going to warm quickly. Sunrise is at 7:41. We'll talk about how strong those winds are. At times, we could have gusts close to 50 miles per hour. We'll time it all out coming up.
We want to update you on this breaking news on I-35 in the Moore area. On the left side of your screen, you can now see cars are getting by northbound lanes at 12th Street after that big car fire. All the smoke kind of shut down traffic for a while. So now they're letting at least one lane through. They're trying to get this backup cleared because the backup is about a mile long. Northbound at 12th Street and Moore. They're trying to get things going, and we are watching it for you right here on News 9 this morning.
Welcome back. We want to take you back to this breaking news out on I-35, this big backup. As you can see from the ODOT camera here, this is at North 12th Street looking south. This is in the northbound lanes. Traffic is now moving again. For a minute, it looked like it had been stopped again. They're trying to get it going. This is after a big car fire right there at North 12th on I-35. We do have a crew that's headed that way. We're still working to learn what led to this car fire, if there was additional crashes. But as you can see, this is the problem we're following this morning, a huge backup. We'll show you on the map right now. This is at least a mile-long backup. You can see all those headlights here on the ODOT camera. This is another look at just how far that backup stretches. And if you're curious, if you're heading into the metro this morning from the Moore area or from Norman, you're wondering what it's like, take a look at this. A look from our Norman camera right now showing the taillights. That lit up bridge, that is Southeast 19th Street there in Moore. And you can see all those taillights stretching all the way south, so at least a mile. If you're trying to get into Oklahoma City this morning from the Moore Norman area, might want to find a different way around, or you're probably going to have to get off there just about at Southeast 19th Street.
If they could leave the bridge lights red, just to say warning of what's coming up ahead.
Well, it's always tight on a good day when there is no traffic, and now that we have, it looks like a car caught fire involved in an accident, and that's what they're trying to clean up. Hopefully
right in the middle of the roadway too.
Yeah, so we'll try to keep you posted on that one for sure.
Look at the camera bouncing. Yeah. The wind is also a big story today, Lace.
Yeah, you're really going to notice the wind, and it's going to pick up significantly once the sun comes up. So now it's back to the swing of things. There's going to be a lot more traffic this morning because fall break is over.
Yeah.
For the kiddos, it's back to the bus stop, back to reality, back to a new work week, and it's going to be very windy today. Get ready for a lot of wind, and that also means very warm temperatures. So out the door, skies are clear. There's that shot from Norman. There's the bridge you can see in Moore. Traffic backed up more than 2 miles now, even though it looks like it is slowly moving. If you can avoid I-35 northbound in that area, just get off. You can get over to Sooner. That's a good plan to kind of get around that whole area. Here's your Lucky Star Skycam Network live from Chickasha. Look at the wind now starting to pick up. That's nothing compared to what we're going to see in the next several hours when the winds really start to ramp up. They'll pick up just at daybreak, and they will ramp up through about noon. And then between 1 and 3 o'clock, a cold front moves in. Winds will change direction. They'll still be gusty this afternoon, but not as strong as what we will see early, but gusts 40, 45. I think we might have a couple gusts of 50 miles per hour through mid-morning. In central Oklahoma, we're going to be the windiest. So get ready for a white knuckle ride for high-profile vehicles. Make sure you, the kiddos, are paying attention to the doors. You can door ding people like crazy in the parking lot. When you get winds like this, secure your trash cans, your lawn furniture, any of your decorations that you got going on. It's one of those days. This is leaf-ripping wind headed our way through midday, and then it starts to taper off some. It relaxes a little bit and then becomes a little gusty this evening and tonight. And there'll be a wind chill factor tomorrow morning for many areas in the north and northwest. So we'll get more to your wind in a minute. We're talking low to moderate fire danger today because of the low humidity, the drought, and those winds. Wildfire is possible. Be careful. We need rain across Oklahoma. We had rain over the weekend. It just wasn't enough. Many areas picked up a trace, some areas over an inch, but I am upping the rain chances for your Thursday, your Friday, and even early Saturday. This is the wind maker. This is what's driving through the plains right now. Live look on Storm Shield of the cold front. It'll be in our panhandle by the time the newscast ends. And right now it is 51 degrees. We're starting to see the winds pick up in the metro. 50 to 60, those are your temperatures right now. 49 in Minco, 61 in Guthrie, 60 degrees in Woodward. There are low 40s in southeast Oklahoma because your winds are calm. The rest of us, our winds are picking up, guys. In the metro, we just had a gust to 27 in Guthrie, 29 in Kingfisher, and again, that could easily double over the next couple of hours. So from the 50s to the 70s, and we'll still reach the mid 80s this afternoon. It's going to be warm to hot. You get south of I-40, upper 80s and some 90s. You'll only reach the low 70s in northern Oklahoma, and the only rain opportunity is in the far southeast this afternoon and evening. Now, let me show you what's going to happen tonight. Behind that cold front, we're doing it again. Back to the 30s and the 40s. It'll be chilly tomorrow morning. With the wind around, the wind chill will be a factor. I think mid 30s is what it feels like in western Oklahoma. Up to the north, it'll feel chilly for sure. And then we'll see our highs only reach the 60s and low 70s for your Tuesday. Hot today, not tomorrow. That's what you need to know. And then we have a wild ride over the next several days because storms are lined up. The first one is passing by dry. The next one is slow moving. It takes more of a southerly track. Gulf moisture increases ahead of it. We'll have rounds of rain and storms starting Thursday night into Friday. Friday could be wet off and on, and we'll have to watch. This may pose a severe risk. We'll see how much instability and moisture we can get ahead of it. That passes by. The next cold front is early next week, and it looks to bring a pattern change. We look pretty cool to chilly for the end of October. Next rain chance, again, not until we get into your Thursday and your Friday, and that's when we're expecting several rounds of rain. We'll watch for a few of these storms to maybe be some wind and hail producers, but between now and then, it is a dry forecast, and watch for the fire danger and the strong winds that we're expecting for the day today. Let me show you your 9-day forecast because there's lots of ups and downs. Today's the warmest of the next 9, and today may be the warmest day of the rest of the month because we do get cooler. We'll see some lower mid 70s the next several days. Highs only in the 60s on Saturday, and another strong cold front arrives early next week. That's your 9-day forecast. Back to you guys. Oh, we're back with everybody right after this break. No one go anywhere.
Breaking news, slow going on I-35 down near the Moore area this morning. A car caught on fire, and it really had the northbound lanes right at 12th Street shut down. It does look like traffic is slowly starting to move northbound, but the backup on the map that we've been showing you is really pretty extensive for a couple of miles or so. So if you're coming from Norman, Moore, northbound into the city this morning, just a heads up that traffic is slow going after a car. I think they still have not cleared that away. A car caught on fire, heavy smoke there on the interstate. So just kind of buckle up, drive safely, heads up if you're in Moore this morning.
And heads up to Thunder fans, it is time to thunder up because the regular season all starts tomorrow. OKC tipping off against none other than Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets. But before the game, it is celebration time. The team will get their championship rings, and that new banner will rise into the rafters at the Paycom Center. Tip-off at 6:30. But tonight at 6:30, our 30-minute preview show on the Thunder, Run It Back. It'll be right here on News 9. Our own Toby Rowland, Steve McGeehee, John Holcomb, along with the Thunder's Paris Lawson will all join us. She's going to share her thoughts on the Thunder's new season, so make sure to stay tuned. News 9 right after the 6 o'clock news tonight.
All right, guys, we just got to the scene. Want to show you the actual car that kind of the fire that burst into flames on I-35. We just got there. See how it's kind of right in the middle of the road?
Wow.
So that is what was impacting traffic on I-35. Traffic's getting around, but that is the issue right there. So we're going to stay at the scene and watch the traffic. Right now, I need to go over to Lacey Swope for the outdoor forecast. Lace, what do you have for us this morning?
Oh, it was youth deer gun season, guys. So hundreds of Oklahoma hunters, thousands, were out in full force so many pictures coming in by the dozens and dozens. This is Gabriel from Pottawatomie County. Check out this massive buck. Not only the mass of the rack, but look at all the little stickers there for the brow tines. Just absolutely amazing. Look at his grin. This is Peyton. And check it out from Tecumseh. Massive buck there.
Deer.
So many does, so many spikes, so many deer that we're going to make lifelong memories for these hunters. And not to mention, if you were out and about over the weekend, you saw the monarch butterflies here in full force as well. We had so many pictures and videos of thousands of butterflies from the weekend. It was great to get into the outdoors. Today, it is very windy, and today it is very warm as well. We have wind advisories in effect. How windy, how warm, and what about that next cold front? That and more is coming up right after this break.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9 this morning.
Welcome back. Right now at 6:30, a car fire leads to a massive mess on I-35 this morning. You're taking a live look from our Stephen Owsley at the aftermath left behind. That's the car we believe that was on fire earlier, closing the northbound lanes of I-35. You can also see from this shot that there are some cars getting by. It's on the inside lanes, trying to get around it. So traffic is moving, but it is slow going. Take a look at the map. This is the backup. Look at that. All the way down well past Southeast 19th Street in Moore. So if you're heading from Moore or coming from Norman, trying to get north, this is what's greeting you this morning. A more than mile-long backup after a car fire causes some major problems on the northbound side of I-35. And we saw earlier it was completely blocked off. No cars getting by.
Glad some are getting by,
Yeah, be careful, buckle up, drive safely, and pack some patience this morning.
Absolutely. Also, you can probably hear the wind blowing, and Lacey says it's only going to get worse throughout the day, Lace.
That's right. Over the last 30-45 minutes, winds have picked up. They're gusting close to 30 in the metro. They'll gust close to 45, even 50 as we go through midday. Then the cold front arrives and we'll have a strong north wind. Right now, that's Old Glory and Chickasha. Kind of puts things into perspective. It's a ponytail day, ladies. Get ready. Secure your trash cans, your furniture, your decorations. It's one of those types of days. Very windy, and that elevates fire danger as well. We are at 51 degrees on our Lucky Star Skycam network. It is nice and cool. Some areas, you're still in the 60s. I want to show you the live wind gusts across the metro. Just had a gust of 30 in Yukon, 33 in Okarche. We're having gusts 25 to 30 to the north and the west. Not as windy to the south and southeast. And where winds have been calm, we are down to a cold 40 degrees in Heavener, in Idabel. Now you get across the metro where the winds are up, and even in the northwest, you're in the 50s and 60s. It's like 20 degrees warmer right now in many areas than it was this time yesterday. And then highs today will be much warmer as well. We're headed to 84 with sunny skies. Now coming up in full weather, we'll talk about the timing of the cold front, who could see a little rain today. More on fire danger and just how chilly we turn behind this one. It's coming up.
Now to some headlines. An Oklahoma City man is hit and killed by a pickup truck, and police say the driver took off. It happened around 9:30 Friday night on the I-35 service road near Southeast 44th. Officers say the victim was riding his bike when he was hit, and now police are searching for the driver. Officers have not released a description of the pickup involved. In Moore, a suspected drunk driver is detained after police say they crashed their car into a business. Here's the damage left behind. This happened Sunday morning near Northwest 24th and Shields. Officers say the driver was not injured.
A former Tulsa police officer says he is working to move forward after learning now the man involved in the murder of another police officer is released from prison. It was back in 2020 that David Ware shot Sergeant Craig Johnson and Officer Arash Zarkashan during a traffic stop. Johnson was killed. Officer Zarkashan survived. Ware's getaway driver, Matthew Hall, served just 4.5 years of his original sentence before being released. Zarkashan says this is upsetting, but he is still moving forward with his life.
If I'm able to forgive him, I think others can too. Just because I'm forgiving him, it doesn't mean I'm going to forget what he did.
Zarkashan suffered a traumatic brain injury in that shooting and can no longer work as a police officer. David Ware was convicted of murder and sentenced to die.
In Southwest Oklahoma, a teaching assistant is accused of sending inappropriate images to a student. Rochelle Gray is no longer employed by the Big Pasture Public Schools. That's in Cotton County, south of Lawton, close to the state border. But court documents say that while she worked for the district, she sent nude photos of herself on Snapchat to at least one teen. She's charged with transmitting information to instigate sexual conduct with a minor. Court records show she's pleaded not guilty and is expected back in court November 6th. Some Metro families spent the weekend in Washington, D.C., shining a light on a growing national crisis, losing loved ones to fentanyl. They're now calling for change after experiencing the heartbreak firsthand. News 9's Stephanie Minichi shares their message.
It is still not enough.
Hundreds stand at the Washington National Monument as they plead for drug dealers to be put away. 52 banners with at least 40 pictures on each were displayed Saturday. Pictures of lives lost to fentanyl.
It is the #1 killer of people 18 to 45 right now.
Thursday, 2 moms met up at Will Rogers International Airport. Sadly, not for a girls' trip, but to join hundreds more in Washington, D.C. for the Lost Voices to Fentanyl rally. Danielle Harlan lost her son, William Klein, 2 years ago to fentanyl poisoning.
He was 56 days sober when he was reached out to by a drug dealer, and he didn't make it to day 57.
Becky Wade says she was blindsided by her daughter Lauren Ashley Hill's death.
I didn't know that she had that much of an addiction, so I was really shocked, and I didn't know about the fentanyl until she passed away.
Wade says her daughter became addicted after taking pain medication following a surgery. Within the last year, fentanyl was responsible for 70% of drug overdose deaths in the U.S. Harlan says she's pleased with the way the current administration is fighting the war against fentanyl and says Oklahoma needs to step up and do more.
We need to focus on our mental health. We need to focus on our addicts.
Stephanie Minichi, Oklahoma's own News 9.
And in September, an Oklahoma woman was sentenced to 20 years for her role in selling Harlan's son fentanyl, which led to his death.
Your time now, 6:36. Want to update you on this big traffic snag on I-35 and more. Here's a live look. The car on your screen was involved in some sort of crash. It burst into flames. All the smoke made it difficult to drive. So for a while, I-35 northbound at 12th Street and more was shut down. Also, the car's kind of in the middle of the interstate there. So now traffic is getting by on either side, but slowly it's created a pretty good backup. Here's a live look from our ODOT camera. This is looking south at the northbound traffic coming towards us. It is slow going. They are not going interstate speeds. And we're going to shuffle through a couple of cameras and maps here just to show you exactly where this is. So the backup, unfortunately, is growing in the northbound lanes. It's now stretching about 3 miles to the south. So the actual crash in the car, 12th Street, and it's already past 19th Street and more. Traffic again getting by, but here's a further look from our Norman camera looking to the north. A lot of red lights. It looks like a parking lot, but traffic sneaking by. So we're going to be watching that for you. If you can take a different route, if you're headed into the city, probably do so. This has been like this for a while now. If you think you're getting a lot of robocalls, you are not alone. A report from Truecaller says Oklahoma is number 8 in the country for spam calls and messages. The report says Oklahomans receive an average of 50 million spam calls and text messages in 1 month. This comes as the Oklahoma Attorney General's office is fighting robocalls with the new Operation Robocall Roundup. It's part of a nationwide initiative to take legal action against fraudulent and spam calls.
I think I got 1 million of those calls
I was
just
like,
last week.
They're all on my phone.
Drive you crazy? All right. Hey, a heads up for Oklahoma City residents. The city is rolling out an upgrade for its customer portal and mobile app. So because of the upgrade, the system will be offline starting this Friday. So during that time, your payments and service requests cannot be made online. City officials say the upgrade includes enhanced security and new self-service tools. It will launch next Tuesday, October 28th.
We are now less than 1,000 days away from the opening ceremony of the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. Are you counting down? Over the weekend, Oklahoma City welcomed Olympians and kids to the Willa Johnson Center to celebrate. Oklahoma City is hosting 2 events, of course, softball and canoe slalom. A USA softball silver medalist visited with kids participating in Olympic events.
We're hoping that it being in OKC that people will come out to the games and get excited about the games being in Oklahoma City. So especially with softball, there's a huge stadium, a huge excitement around the sport being included.
So in 2028, canoe slalom, that's set to run from July 14th through the 22nd. Softball set to run from July 23rd through the 29th.
The 1,000-day countdown.
Yeah.
That's an impressive countdown there.
It'll be here before you know it.
I know.
I'm just trying to get to
I had to do the
Halloween,
math. I was
right?
like, I think we're saying 3 years. Yeah, there you go.
Today's the 20th. Halloween will be here, in 11 days?
11 days.
Like
you got that countdown.
All right, I got that one down.
9 Sundays till Christmas.
Oh, no.
And then we were also counting down the days to when we fall back on the clock, daylight saving time.
Not this weekend, but it is a week and 2 weekends away, right,
There you
Lacey?
go.
That first weekend in November.
Yes.
Is that not wild?
We love that weekend, Lacey.
I always look forward to it. We get to sleep in, 2.5 weeks? It's going to be awesome.
It's finally.
Here at the Bob Mills Weather Center, all things ago this morning for your Monday. We are dry, but the winds are already up. In fact, I want to show you a live shot from OKC. This is from the Kilpatrick and Portland. Look at Old Glory whipping around there with that strong south wind. Wind advisories are out. That's how windy we will be today. But I'm tracking a strong cold front. We'll have your hour-by-hour forecast and what that cold front does to you coming up after this.
Well, we do have a traffic alert for you on a Monday morning. If you are coming northbound on I-35 from the Moore area or Norman area, we have a big snag. That car right there about an hour and a half ago caught fire. There was heavy smoke after getting in some type of accident on the northbound lanes of I-35. But now look at the mess. As we look, this is looking south at that northbound traffic, very slow going, and it has been this way for some time. Here's our ODOT cam from the Moore area right at 12th Street. And I think Lacey even put up the ODOT cam from Norman Regional Hospital. So if you're coming from Norman, look at all the taillights there, and that is slow going. So, Lacey, they're trying to clear this thing up.
This is almost a 4-mile backup. If you look on the map right here, it's almost right at Indian Hills Road, which is 4 miles. Again, traffic is slowly getting by, but they're going, 20 miles per hour? And so that's why the backup, more people coming.
Look here,
And look at the backup this morning. Again, this is I-35 northbound at 12th Street, and the backup goes all the way to Indian Hills Road.
Wow, if you're trying to get around sooner, I think you said Lacey is a good option.
It looks like the side streets are even bottlenecked too, though. They can't handle that much traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of folks taking the service roads. The tow truck is just there, so that's the good
There's
news.
the hero.
Yes. Thank you, big guy. We
Goodness.
appreciate you. They'll get that thing out of the way, and we don't know if anyone was hurt here. We're asking about that. But again, the big story this morning, the traffic backup on I-35. It'll be through that rush hour the next 15 minutes or so.
Lacey, you said maybe take sooner if you can.
Yeah, that's several miles to the east. Folks in the Norman area, very well aware of sooner. I would take that for sure. That gets you all around those side streets. And yeah, the service roads are a mess too.
A little slower than I-35, but not that slow. Not that slow. You don't want to get on I-35.
Pack some patience for sure if you're out the door this morning.
Whew, boy.
That trooper might need a jacket too this morning.
It's a little chilly.
Kind
Yeah.
of chilly
We got
with
a
the
strong
wind.
and the wind just keeps picking up. So that wind right now, I mean, it's gusting 25, 30 miles per hour. It'll be gusting close to 50 this afternoon. I know. Brace down. Get ready.
Ponytail.
Tie the hair back.
Got it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And watch the kids with the door dings too.
Yes.
You know, just saying that for I have to watch my daughter's very independent. Her favorite thing is I'm gonna get the door. I'll get it.
I'll slam it open.
You're going to cost me a lot of money. Okay? Let's not do that. Hey, the kiddos are going back to school after a long fall break, and it is definitely going to be a breezy and a warm day, a hot day from our Norman cam. This is our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. Norman Regional pointed to the north. That is 3 lanes of I-35 traffic, and it is barely crawling by. This is all the way back to 19th and Moore. And again, that is a 4-mile backup. The winds right now out of the south, it'll be a north wind by this afternoon because we are tracking a cold front that is on the way. There's another look from Chickasha. You can see the flags whipping around for sure. Already seeing some of those stronger gusts. But once the sun comes up, the low-level jet stream, which is overhead, those strong winds mix down, and our wind speeds almost double from what they are right now. Okay, how much rain over the weekend? Well, many areas picked up a few 1/100ths of an inch to a 1/4 of an inch. Some areas had over an inch of rain. It just wasn't enough to put a dent in the drought. It was steady. It just was kind of light, that's for sure. Like we had told you, we have more rain chances coming coming our way. I just love the shots of the flags. I go find them all the time on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. They're beautiful. All right, 45-mile-an-hour wind. That's what we're expecting, and we will have a cold front that arrives this afternoon, changing the wind direction. But ahead of it, that gusty southwest wind plummets the humidity down to less than 30%, might even be less than 20% in the west and southwest. And then it'll be warm as well, so a low to a moderate fire danger today. Wildfires could spread rapidly in these types of conditions. We're already seeing everything turning pretty brown because of the drought, and just with it being late October, everything will start to go dormant. 51 is the temperature. It is a little on the cool side, the chilly side. It'll be much colder tomorrow. There's your winds, 15, 25, some gusts to 30. The cold front's making its way into our panhandle. We've got temperatures that are in the 50s and the low 60s. And as you take a look on your hour-by-hour forecast, we'll warm from the 50s to 61 at 9, 74 by noon, and we climb all the way back to the 80s. It's going to be warm and it's going to be hot. Southern Oklahoma, you'll see upper 80s. I'm forecasting 91 in Altus, 89 in Lawton. The cold front hits, at least in the Oklahoma City metro, between about 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. It's pressing through. And then our temperatures do drop. We'll be in the 70s by this evening. And watch what your winds do. Here comes that southwest wind. Some of the strongest winds will be in central and northern Oklahoma, 45, close to 50. Here's 11 o'clock and noon, very gusty. And then as the front moves in early afternoon, that north breeze takes hold. It'll still be up some, but nothing like what we'll see ahead of it. Along the front as well, we'll watch for moisture to pool in the southeast, which means a couple of isolated thunderstorms are possible, but I'll tell you, most of the state is dry. Now tonight, behind the front, we're switching gears. We're right back into that kind of that colder start, 30s and 40s, 48 degrees in Oklahoma City. Factor in the wind tomorrow, which will still be up. Many of us will have wind chill factor into the mid-upper 30s. So make sure the kiddos have the jacket, the coat ready to go for tomorrow. And then by tomorrow afternoon, you won't need it. Back to the 60s, the low 70s, and back to that comfortable fall feel. First front passes by, not much moisture with it at all. The second one is going to be a game changer as far as rain goes. And right now it's still looking good. It's several days away. We'll fine tune the forecast with the timing in the zones, the amounts as it gets closer. But I like the way this pattern is coming out because it really does up the rain opportunity and good rain opportunity. Maybe even some thunderstorms strong enough to be severe with wind and hail. We'll watch for that. That system is Thursday and Friday. It moves out early Saturday. The next cold front is early next week, and this one keeps us pretty chilly through the end of October. In fact, Halloween right now looking like we'll be in the 50s, so pretty pleasant, pretty perfect, but close to average, okay? Gone are the 80s and the 90s by then. We have shower and thunderstorm chances going up, showing you future next gen for Thursday and Friday. Right now, it's looking good, 1/4 inch, maybe some areas up to 1 inch of rain through central Oklahoma. Not quite as much in the west, and we'll see 1, maybe even 2 inches for lucky folks. Off to the east, we'll see temperatures on the kind of cooler conditions, especially those morning lows, 70s the next several days. Back to you guys.
Lacey, thank you. Now to shock in Stillwater after at least 3 people, including a student, are shot outside of a residential hall on the Oklahoma State University campus. News 9's Brianna Brown joins us live from Stillwater with the latest now on this investigation. Brianna?
Yes, police say there is no continued threat to campus as the investigation moves forward into Sunday's shooting outside of a residential hall that left 3 people injured, including 1 OSU student. Now, investigators believe that an off-campus party at the Payne County Expo Center ended around 3 a.m. and an after party continued near campus. OSU Police Chief Michael Beckner said officers rendered aid to a person with gunshot wounds at the McDonald's on Duck Street at around 3:40 a.m. Now around that same time, dispatchers began receiving reports of shots fired near campus and directed officers to Carricker East Residential Hall. Investigators indicate the shots were fired outside of the residential hall as a result of a disagreement, but no shots were fired inside.
I heard the shots, and then I heard yelling and just people running, and I heard like a lot of yelling.
2 victims were taken to OU Medical, and the 3rd was taken to St. John in Tulsa. Now, as of this morning, no arrests have been made, but Chief Beckner says that police have strong leads, and anyone with additional information is asked to come forward. Live in Stillwater, Brianna Brown, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
Brianna, thank you. The OSU police chief also said officers arrived within minutes and detained about 20 people, all from their vehicles at gunpoint. That was in order to secure the scene for safety and for interviews. In a statement, OSU's president Jim Hess said, quote, "The safety and well-being of the Cowboy family is our highest priority. We are committed to providing the resources and support needed to ensure the ongoing health and safety of our campus community." Governor Kevin Stitt also reacted yesterday to that shooting. He says that he and his wife, Sarah, quote, "are praying for everyone at Oklahoma State University. The state is coordinating with university officials and providing support in the investigation." He also thanked local law enforcement for their quick response. More ahead, we're back right after this.
All right, welcome back. We're following the breaking news down south on I-35. We got cameras everywhere. A car caught fire about a couple of hours ago, and there's been a big backup. Looking from our news tracker shot and our city cams, it does look like the tow truck is there trying to clear this off, and hopefully that northbound traffic starting at 4th Street will be moving a little faster.
Yeah, this is at 12th Street, and the backup is 4 miles long, so just be safe.
All right. I think that's the end of the day here, right?
No, windy out there, Lace. Hot and windy today.
All right, make it a good day. We'll keep you posted on that breaking news.